The announcement came without warning, and it immediately reshaped the server's future. Leuseke, the leader of law, declared that the Unstable SMP would hold an election for its first king.
I believe the Unstable SMP needs a ruler, and so I've taken it upon myself to run an election.
The decision sounded orderly, but the structure behind it made the outcome feel predetermined. Leuseke was running himself, controlling the rules and commanding the faction with the most power. From the start, it was clear the election was never designed to be fair. Parrot X2 understood that if no one challenged this, the server would fall under permanent control. Acting quickly, Parrot traveled to a remote jungle village, gathering just enough support to qualify. 109 votes secured a place in the election, but the numbers told a harsher truth. Parrot was nearly 6,000 votes behind Leuseke, sitting at the very bottom of the candidate pool. Soon after, all candidates were summoned to the Northern Council. Leuseke laid out the rules. Every 2 weeks, half the candidates would be eliminated. Votes could be changed at any time and would be updated daily. And during the election, every candidate would be forced to live inside the Northern Council itself. The top 8 would stay in the castle. The bottom 8 would live in towers along the walls, supposedly for protection. For Parrot, the message was clear. This was control disguised as safety. With no clear path to victory, Parrot regrouped with Theobald the bird and moved into the assigned tower room. The space was impressive, but the restrictions were suffocating. Every movement was watched. Every decision carried weight. Still, Parrot remained composed, knowing panic would only serve Leusike's interests. Not all hope was gone. Days earlier, Parrot had received messages from a mysterious figure calling themselves the Owl. The Owl claimed to be an insider within law, someone close enough to see what others could not. Without the Owl's guidance, Parrot would never have qualified for the election in the first place. Now, another message arrived. The Owl wanted to meet.
In exactly 1 week's time from now, let's meet in the center of the Northern Council. I have very important information regarding Leuseke that can help you make it to the next round. I'll see you there. The Owl.
The timing was dangerous, but the information promised could change everything. Before that meeting could happen, Parrot made a mistake.
Yo, wait.
Theo.
Yo, they left us a goodie bag.
Wait,
Dude,
what?
What is this? Protection 1? They left a totem, though. Dude, there's projectile protection.
Dude, they put projectile protection
That's
on the chest
insulting.
plate.
Well, I guess if this is gonna be our place, I think I should probably grab our stuff from the potion shop, right?
Yeah, honestly, go ahead. While Theo headed off to move all of our belongings from Capital City, I decided to go and scout out my competition. Luckily, according to the rules of the election, all I had to do was make it into the top 8 by the end of the 2-week round, which was still a lot easier said than done, since that still meant that I had to pass 8 other candidates, some who I had never met before, and some who were a lot more familiar than others.
Just stare at that.
No way, bro. One of these candidates was Boosfer, a player who had tried to scam and rob me multiple times in the past, and honestly, I had no idea how he had even managed to qualify. How did you get 380 votes?
How are you here, by the way? I don't see you on the board. Oh, wait. You're the bottom frame of the board. Oh. Where do you live, by the way? Where did they put you? They let the top
tower.
8? So this is the peasant area? That tower?
Oh
What do you
my
have in
gosh,
there?
it's not even that bad of a room, dude. Like, they even gave us our
Peasants.
own goodie bag, and like...
Are you listening? Clean out your ears. Peasant!
Where do you live?
I live in here, in the castle. I have a really nice room with some goodies.
This is pretty nice.
Yeah, this is my room. Welcome in. How do you like
Yeah,
it?
this is a lot bigger than mine.
Yeah. Why is there a melon and an apple on that painting?
Wait, I low-key have to go.
While distracted, he left the message unattended, and someone noticed. A law guard named Jackman 102 appeared in Parrot's room, claiming he had been sent for protection. The explanation didn't add up. A closer look revealed the truth too late.
It only took me a few seconds to realize that this book was a fake. In the original message, weeks had been spelled with an apostrophe.
The guard was an imposter, swapped the real message with a fake one, and moments later he was gone completely invisibility. Parrot realized what was about to happen. If the Owl's message reached Leuseke, the Owl's identity would be exposed and the entire plan would collapse. There were no other guards nearby, no witnesses, no second chances. Parrot made the decision to act.
I had to kill him.
Jackman was killed before he could escape. The immediate danger passed, but the consequences lingered. Parrot had protected the owl, but now carried a secret that could be used against him at any moment. The very next day, Lettuce called another server-wide meeting, announcing a public debate. Attendance was mandatory. Any candidate who refused would be removed from the election. Every candidate would face another, and Parrot was deliberately paired against Lettuce himself.
Parrot X2 versus Leuseke, our leader.
Parrot had no choice but to prepare. Rigged or not, this was Parrot's chance. If he could expose Lettuce in front of the entire server, everything could change. But there was a problem. Parrot had no votes. Campaigning failed. Posters failed. Even honesty failed. Meanwhile, Lettuce tightened surveillance. When Parrot was forced into an inventory check, he barely managed to delete the owl's messages before they were discovered.
An item check? I still had the owl's messages in my inventory. And if I couldn't quickly come up with some sort of way to hide them, I was going to be putting the owl in serious danger. But that's when I remembered something. Since these books weren't signed, I could literally just delete the messages.
Another second, and it would have been over. Later that night, Parrot finally learned the truth. The owl revealed himself, not as a shadowy mastermind, but as someone Parrot had once helped without realizing it.
Parrot, I'm the owl.
You're the owl?
A player crushed by debt. A player got saved by Parrot's kindness. Someone who climbed law from the inside and saw what it really was. And then came the secret that changed everything. Wimbu Law's greatest capture had escaped.
As you know, when he made the emergency announcement the other day about Wembu,
But before you all make up your minds on who you want to vote for, or if you even want to run, let me explain why I believe that I would be the best king.
Wembu?
This right here, everyone, is Wembu, one of the players responsible for the recent massacre, and I captured him myself.
well, I need to tell you, Parrot, that he no longer has Wembu captured. Wembu escaped.
But Wembu
Yeah.
is literally like Lettuce's trump card. Like, Wembu is the reason why Lettuce got all of these votes in the first place.
Lettuce had built his entire campaign on a lie, and during the debate, the owl would be the commentator. For the first time since the election began, Parrot had leverage. During the debate, Parrot focused on policy rather than spectacle.
Let's start with you first. If you were to become king, what would you even do to help this server?
Well, instead of talking about what I would do, we can talk about what I've already done. Under the influence of law, places like Capital City, Redstone Town, and other local civilizations have experienced mass wealth increases and lots of increased protection, let me tell you that much. We're even trying to expand our outreach even further to places like the Amplified and even the legendary Farlands, so I like to think that I've been doing a lot.
See, that's a really interesting point, Lettuce, but the issue is, in order for me to even get into this election in the first place and acquire the votes that I have, me and my friend traveled hundreds of thousands of blocks out to this remote jungle village. And there, we found that the law had absolutely no presence. And because of that, outside of the general area of spawn, any civilizations don't have the ability to thrive, because the law, which promises to protect everybody and serve justice, refuses to do their job.
That's a bold accusation. I'll have you know Rome wasn't built in a day, my friend. If you haven't heard, we've been liberating the Great Sea from its pirate oppressors as of recent memory. So as you can see, I'm currently putting in a lot of work.
Attention was drawn to the server's deepest problems: players trapped at spawn, starvation, lack of shelter, and misuse of power.
Well, Parrot then, how about you? If you were to become king, what will you do?
I think there's a massive issue on this server that needs to be addressed. Out of all the players that spawn in on this server, 90% of them don't even make it out of spawn. And then past that, 90% of the people who even do survive spawn are forced to live on this server without any food, without a safe place to live, without any of those things. So first, I'm gonna have to build food farms across the entire server that can provide everybody with constant sources of food. In addition to that, Capital City will be expanded, and on top of that, something that I did want to bring up, what happened with the 1,000 players who died?
Well, it's a touchy subject for me, but they were all killed in combat, unfortunately, in our attempt to capture Flame and Wembu.
But I don't understand. So the 1,000 players who died were all under your command, right?
That's correct.
So you sacrificed 1,000 players to capture one?
I sacrificed? I'm offended.
Then came the most dangerous claim of all. Parrot revealed information suggesting that Wembu, the prisoner whose capture justified those deaths, was no longer in law's custody.
Lettuce, what's to say that you even have Wembu in custody still? If I asked you to bring him out here 12 hours from now, are you sure you could do that? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be 100% honest with everybody. I got word that Wembu has escaped law custody. I got word that Lettuce, who sacrificed 1,000 players to take Wembu into custody, 1,000 of you all, doesn't even have Wembu anymore. Wembu got out.
Well, that's a bold claim, my friend.
I mean, you want to prove me wrong?
Well, it's not like it really matters.
Unless you can bring Wembu out here in 6 hours.
Lettuce responded instantly. In front of the entire server, he accused Parrot of murder.
Well, I shouldn't have to take orders from a murderer.
What?
Jackman's death was revealed publicly, and evidence was presented. Jackman's belongings had been planted inside Parrot's room. Lettuce declared that justice would be served immediately. Parrot was ordered to remove his armor and face execution on the spot.
I'm gonna need you to take off your armor. It's the end of the line for you.
The debate had become a trial. In that moment, Parrot understood the full design. Lettuce had known the truth from the beginning. The accusation wasn't about justice. It was about control, fear, and spectacle. No matter what Parrot did now, the election was slipping away. Then something unexpected happened. Spectacle. A high-ranking member of law stepped forward and confessed.
Wait. It was me. I did it. I killed
what?
him. I knew I just had to hide his loot, and I decided it was a convenient place at a time to just put it in Parrot's room. I just needed a place to hide everything.
Wait, what? What are you saying, bro? Spectacle, that's not, like...
Parrot, just trust me.
He claimed responsibility for Jackman's death, stating that he had hidden the items himself. The confession halted the execution, but it did not restore balance. Lettuce turned on Spectacle immediately.
Now, Spectacle, I'm gonna need your armor. Spectacle,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask that you get in the cauldron.
Okay, but man,
For the punishment of killing one of our own lawmen. You are to meet the same fate as him. Eye for an eye.
you fit the most to rule the server. That's why it's my duty to help you get there.
Off with his head. And let it be known that if anyone tries anything like that, to any of you, to anyone in law, that I'm not afraid to do this again. This is merely an example of how we will stop these criminals across our server with swift and certain justice.
Justice for Jack!
Thank you. You've all been wonderful.
Parrot lost the debate. His reputation was shattered. Soon after, Parrot heard that one of the major city on the server, the capital city, is under attack.
City's under attack. Capital city's under attack. Capital city's under attack. Oh my god, capital city's under attack.
So without wasting any time, he went there to stop the threat alone with no backup. Someone threatened to bomb the city. Parrot went invisible to not be detected. When he reached the center of the capital city, he swiftly disarmed bombs around the city. But the one who rigged the place was Spoke, a broken player consumed by grief after losing his closest friend.
They think they can just kill him. They think they can just destroy. They have, with no consequences, they have destroyed my home. They have
Spoke, I don't
moved
know
me
who they
thousands
but
I
I guarantee you.
Leo, Lettuce, everybody in charge, everyone that says they're for justice, and then when it's perfectly convenient, they'll just do this to you. You've seen Spawn. You've seen what this server has come to. It is not the faults of us. They just kill, they destroy, I've been moved thousands of blocks away. I don't have a home anymore. I don't have a friend anymore.
Instead of fighting, Parrot talked him down, choosing understanding over violence. That single decision changed everything.
Mapic's your best friend, right?
Yeah.
Best friends just don't die on you that easily, bro. I'm sure he's still somewhere out there alive.
I'm sorry, Parrot. I made a mistake. Okay. Thank you. I was seriously about to just blow this place up over possibly nothing. Mapic would have called me an idiot. Oh man. Okay. Well,
all right. See ya.
I gotta go before reinforcements get here, but Parrot,
yeah.
Go and be the best king Unstable's ever seen, man. The server needs you.
Word spread about Parrot's actions, not as Lettuce intended, but in ways he could not control. Players began changing their votes. Against all odds, Parrot climbed the rankings. By the end of the first cycle, Parrot had reached the top 8, but inside the castle, Lettuce reacted with open frustration.
Oh, no, dude!
What's wrong, Lettuce?
Everything's wrong, everything. Don't you get it?
Not really. I mean, you're still winning by 6,000 votes.
Yeah, I know, but I should have known. Spectacle was a traitor.
Yeah, I know. It's really unfortunate that he killed Jackman.
Ace! Are you stupid? Spectacle didn't kill Jackman. I watched Parrot do it with my own 2 eyes. I even saw the death message. Spectacle took the fall for him because he's a traitor. And what was I meant to do, Ace? Tell the crowd that he's wrong? Spectacle wants Parrot to win. He sees something in him. And he was the one who proposed the rules of the election in the first place. He was snaking us the whole time.
I see, but what are you gonna do about it?
I need him gone. He knows that Wembu's gone. He's too much of a threat.
Who?
Parrot.
Les, what are you talking about? You can't just kill one of the candidates. That's not right.
Ace, that's the smartest thing you've said all day. You're right. I'm not gonna kill him. I can't. It's too much of a risk. And that's why I'm gonna leave this up to the other candidates.
What do you mean?
Ace, it's time to commence the purge.
This was a good ending, Parrot, but for Flame Frags, it wasn't bright sunshine and rainbow. Watch it here, subscribe, and I'll see you in Spokes Recap.